Ever felt like your favorite everyday essentials are mysteriously vanishing right before your eyes, even as you shell out the same amount of cash? Welcome to the sneaky world of shrinkflation, where household staples like toothpaste, coffee, and heartburn remedies are getting smaller without any price cuts, adding yet another financial squeeze to family budgets. It's a trend that's quietly eroding our wallets, and trust me, you won't want to look away. This is the hidden cost of living crisis most shoppers ignore until it hits home. Picture this: you're grabbing your usual tube of toothpaste, only to discover it's now smaller than before. Take Aquafresh Complete Care Original, for instance. At retailers like Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Ocado, it jumped from £1.30 for 100 millilitres to £2 for just 75 millilitres. That's a whopping 105% hike per 100 millilitres. And this isn't just a one-off. Consumer watchdog Which has uncovered countless cases where brands are trimming product sizes, and sometimes even quality, to slash their own expenses. For beginners trying to wrap their heads around this, think of it as companies sneaking in cost savings on the back end, passing the burden to us consumers without much fanfare. Speaking to The Guardian, Haleon, Great Britain and Ireland, the folks behind Aquafresh acknowledged the financial strain many UK families are under. They explained, prices fluctuate for all sorts of reasons, and we're committed to delivering top-notch products at the most affordable rates, so everyone can keep their smiles bright. Fair point, but here's where it gets controversial. Are these price hikes truly justified? Or is this a clever way for brands to boost profits under the radar? Let's dive deeper. Other culprits include Gaviscon's heartburn and indigestion liquid, which shrank from 600 millilitres to 500 millilitres, while Sainsbury's held the price steady at £14. That's a 20% jump per 100 millilitres. They didn't chime in when asked, leaving us to wonder about their side of the story. Meanwhile, Nescafé Original Instant Coffee dwindled from 200g to 190g at stores like Tesco, Morrisons, and Asda, bumping up the cost by about 5% per 100g. Nestlé's spokesperson shrugged it off, noting, manufacturers like us are grappling with skyrocketing coffee costs, making production pricier. But retailers set their own prices. It's a classic case of pointing fingers, and it begs the question: who really bears the brunt when global supply chains hiccup? Chocolate lovers, brace yourselves. Rising cocoa prices, as detailed in a recent Guardian article on chocolate inflation, are wreaking havoc here too. Quality street tubs slimmed down from 600g to 550g, with Morrisons hiking the price from £6 to £7, a 27% rise per 100g. And don't even get started on Club and Penguin biscuits from McVitie's. They are no longer truly chocolate biscuits, per another Guardian piece on sustainable ingredients, now loaded with more palm oil and shea oil than cocoa, a shift first spotted by the Grocer Trade Journal. This isn't just about size, it's about what's inside, and for newcomers, it means your treats might not be as indulgent as they seem, potentially affecting taste and health. Which insists that any tweaks to size or ingredients need full disclosure so consumers can shop smarter. Rina Suraz, their retail editor, put it bluntly: families are already stretched thin with climbing food costs and holiday spending around the corner. Supermarkets need to be crystal clear on pricing to spotlight the real deals. That means making unit pricing easy to spot, read, and compare in stores and online, helping shoppers spot the best bangs for their bucks across brands and pack sizes. Imagine unit pricing as a simple label showing cost per gram or milliliter. It's like having a built-in calculator at the shelf to avoid sneaky surprises. But here's the part most people miss: glimmers of hope are emerging. UK shop price inflation dipped to 1% in October from 1.4% the month before, thanks to data from the British Retail Consortium. Drops in sugar costs and pre-Black Friday deals on electronics and beauty items drove this down. Packaged and tinned foods saw inflation cool to 2.9% from 4.2%, while non-food prices edged down 0.4% versus a slight 0.1% drop previously. On the flip side, fresh food inflation ticked up to 4.3% from 4.1%, fueled by higher costs for beef, poultry, and fruits due to domestic production expenses. Helen Dickinson, BRC's chief executive, summed it up: retailers' intense competition and heavy discounting slowed overall inflation, though fresh food prices kept climbing. Cheaper global sugar even sweetened chocolate and candy prices, perfect for Halloween bashes. Beyond groceries, early promos kicked in for appliances and personal care ahead of Black Friday. This rollercoaster of prices sparks big debates. Is shrinkflation just smart business in a tough economy, or a shady tactic that preys on unaware buyers? Should governments enforce stricter rules for transparency, like mandatory alerts on packaging changes? And what about the ethical side? Do companies owe consumers more honesty when their finances are already tight? I'd love to hear your take. Do you think this is inevitable globalization fallout, or an excuse for profiteering? Share your thoughts in the comments, agree, disagree, or add your own stories. Let's unpack this together.